What's up, y'all? So, I'm in Williamsburg right now, where I'm from. I don't live here anymore, but you know what I'm saying, just kind of got forced to move out. But I just wanted to say, I wanted to speak on this because, it's cool that if they could find a way to fix Williamsburg, fix the infrastructure, you know what I'm saying, build this park that's right behind me, you know what I'm saying, like, fix the Williamsburg Bridge. They did that a couple of times, that's how, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, this bridge needs to be fixed. One of my favorite bridges, but there's gotta be a way to do it without, you know what I'm saying, having to build expensive condos and developments, you know what I'm saying, which kind of like does the opposite of what they're supposed to do in this area, you know what I'm saying, like, the whole point of being a council person, right, for every part of Brooklyn is a council person, so the whole point of a council person is to help the people that already live here, not to help the people that are not from here and try to convince them to move here, you know what I'm saying. I got no problems with somebody wanting to move here. That's fine, whatever. They can find an apartment, they want to move in, fine, you know what I'm saying, but don't build a whole fucking structure just for a bunch of people that are not from here, who are not going to stay here. They're just going to stay 2-3 years and then they're going to move out. Then they can raise the rent again, and then, you know what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, the developers are going to make money off of this, the agents are going to make money off of this. But how does that benefit the black and brown people that were here already, you know what I'm saying, like, that I don't understand, you know what I'm saying, like, they treat us like human beings, we're human beings, we were here before these other people were. And I'm only speaking of the part of Williamsburg that I'm from, which is the east side, you know what I'm saying. And of course, when you talk about the east side, and you're talking about the other gentrification, which is the Hasidic developers. They come in, try to convince people to move out, right? And then they want to build these big Jewish settlements, because that's what they are. They're Jewish settlements. That's not being anti-Semitic. That's just saying these buildings are only for Jewish people. Those are Jewish settlements or Jewish divisions, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? But in order for them to do that, they convince people to move out, kind of like the way we had to move out. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of like is the opposite, you know what I'm saying, of what a council person is supposed to do. The whole point of fixing the infrastructure is to have it so that the people who already live here can enjoy the neighborhood better, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I know I did a video about this last year, but it's like, and it's not just Williamsburg, it's other parts of Brooklyn, it's Harlem, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen to the people, you know what I'm saying? Don't just listen to some people that you want to hear who construction workers, and they're gonna, and even if you're a construction worker, right, and that gives you a job, an income. Most construction jobs are seasonal anyway. It's not like you're gonna make money all year round. So there's gonna be months where you're not working at all. So it's not gonna benefit you anyway if you're a construction worker. It's only gonna benefit the developers and the agents. You know what I'm saying? The agency, the real estate agency. So none of this that you see, like, if you do see African American, Puerto Rican people, passing by here in the park, then they don't live here anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only a small number of people that's still here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think I mentioned this before. You know what I'm saying? But there's they back in the 90s they was burning down buildings. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot, not like they were in the 70s, but they was doing it here and there in Williamsburg, over here. And like, and he never mentioned it, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's put it this way, right? After the train passes, like, if there's a fire, right? It could be a small fire. There's a fire in the condo or a fire in one of these Jewish buildings. Nobody gets killed, right? But it's a big deal. It's in the news. Oh, look at the fire, right? In my old neighborhood, my grandfather's best friend died in a fire because he was trying to save his dog. You know what I'm saying? He went back in and you know what I'm saying, he didn't make it out. Him and his dog passed away. They tried to burn down the whole block. And it was a Hasidic man who paid a person to, you know, do. They never arrested him. They only arrested the person that did it. It was barely in the news. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was in New York 1. We don't got cable. It was in New York 1 because I saw it in my mother's friend's house. But eyewitness news, they barely never talked about it. NBC never talked about it. CBS never talked about it, right? A man died in that fire, you know what I'm saying? A grandfather. And they didn't mention it at all. To me, that's a sign of disrespect by the media, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a sign of disrespect by the media. Not to. Now imagine if it was a Hasidic person that died. Forget about it. It'd be a whole bunch of Hasidic people on the street. It would be all over the news. You know what I'm saying? If it was a condo, it would be all over the news. But it wasn't. It was a small neighborhood, Puerto Rican neighborhood, but a grandfather died in that fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they never talk about it at all. Not a word to this day. You know what I'm saying? That's a sign that the media is being disrespectful to my people. You know what I'm saying? To the people that were here, and to the, you know, people who were born and raised here, and the people of color. You know what I'm saying? That's disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't. You know what I'm saying? So I think for all of us, if we could, for the people who still live here, who were born and raised in Williamsburg, right? African American, Puerto Rican, anybody of color, y'all gotta go to those meetings, bro. You know what I'm saying? Make yourself be heard. If nothing goes your way, you know what I'm saying? Then you sign a petition. You get to go to City Hall. You know what I'm saying? That's you know, and I understand, like, most of my people, we're working like 2 jobs or we're working overtime. Like, I understand we don't have time to do all that, but I think it's important that you know what I'm saying, we do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the community comes together, and you know, and if the council person don't want to hear us, we go to the City Hall. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit is ridiculous because now they're trying to vote to raise the rent more. When the rent, let's keep it real, even with these new apartments, man, like some of these apartments are kind of small. It's 1 bedroom. It should be like 500, 600. It shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, or at least 800. It shouldn't be like 1,000, 2,000. Like come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, they're trying to get people from out of town to move here. That's the whole point for these condos, is just to get people from other parts of the country and try to convince them to move here. They ain't building this for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you could say, okay, I'm gonna move to Jersey, I'm gonna move to Pennsylvania, I'm gonna move to Florida. It's gonna be the same thing everywhere. You know what I'm saying? They're doing it everywhere. It's not just here. You know what I'm saying? So why not stay here and fight? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get why people want to move out so quickly. They want to move to a nicer house, nicer neighborhood. Even if you buy a house, they see who's moving in. They're going to devalue the neighborhood. Neighborhood's going to get bad later. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just bullshit. It's a waste of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be saving the money, stay here, and just fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I should have done that, but you know, I was working a job. I was doing a lot of overtime, so I didn't have time myself. But there's ways around it. There's ways to get benefit. If you own a private house here in Williamsburg, there's ways that you can try to keep it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get benefits for that. But the other thing is, some people don't want to stay in Williamsburg. But why don't you want to stay in Williamsburg? That's the only thing I don't get. Like, okay, we were forced to move out because our building was falling apart, literally. But why don't you want to stay here? You know what I'm saying? these people that are coming in, whether it's the Hasidic people on the east side or it's out of towners on this side, like, they're coming over here and they're staying here. You know what I'm saying? They look at this neighborhood, oh, it's nice and everything. Whether or not they're gonna stay here forever and ever and ever. Some of them might, some of them won't. But they I'm gonna keep it real. They see value in this neighborhood. Some of us born and raised here, we don't see value in our own neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the other problem with that. You know what I'm saying? It's the way we see ourselves and the way we see our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? And I see a lot of beauty in this neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, even before all the gentrification. But, you know, it depends on how you were raised. You know what I'm saying? If your parents or your mother or father didn't care about this neighborhood, then you're not gonna care about this neighborhood neither. You know? So, you know what I'm saying? But for the mayor, like, I haven't heard the mayor say anything about it, right? That should have been his top priority, was to talk about it when he was running for mayor. Like how a lot of black and brown people are being forced to move out of Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? A lot of elderly people are being forced to move out of Brooklyn and other parts of New York City. And that should have been, and still, since he's been mayor, like, he hasn't mentioned that. He hasn't mentioned the gentrification. He hasn't mentioned what he's gonna do about it. How he's gonna keep making affordable apartments. I mean, people talk about this. The landlords want to make it more expensive. People want to stop it, pause it, but nobody wants to make it more cheaper. How come we're not talking about making these apartments cheap, forcing these landlords to bring the prices down, all the way down to 500? Why not? These landlords are gonna make a killing anyway. They own more than one building anyway. They got money, but they want more money. You know what I'm saying? It's greed. If you let the landlords, they're gonna raise it up all the way to 4,000. Every apartment, every studio is gonna be 4,000. If we let them have that or more, because they just want more money. They don't care about the people. So, you know, I think we also have to do a better job of saving money. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't spend it on getting a car or getting a fancy motorcycle. All that shit is toys. You know what I'm saying? Why not just save your money and then learn how to invest? Or, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't really do that. The only way some of us know how to make a lot of money is, you know what I'm saying, hustling and selling drugs and shit. But there's lots of ways to make money. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. It's not easy, you know. And of course, I blame the older generation. I blame my father. You know what I'm saying, for not being there. You know what I'm saying? But you got to find a way to come together and maybe have meetings and shit. Like, what we gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? Because this shit's kind of whack. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like it. I don't like that the area looks nicer, but it's too expensive for us to live here now. That doesn't make no sense. Like, what was the whole point of fixing this if it wasn't for us? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the whole point of building this new park? You know what I'm saying? Park right here, you know. All this, right? But what's the point if you can't live here? It doesn't make any sense. So, all the money that the city is getting from these developments is not coming into the community. It's not coming into the neighborhood. I don't see how it's benefiting the people who are born and raised here, you know? So, that's all I wanted to say, you know? So, let me leave you before the train keeps passing, because it's kind of loud out here right by the bridge. So, alright, y'all.